Hey guys, welcome to vlog 4. Earlier on in the year I put out a bit of a call saying that if anyone had got a drone over Christmas or was getting one in the near future, that I'd be more than happy to share my experience. So this isn't kind of a lesson, I'm not doing any kind of formal instruction, however it's more of to help people, hobbyists or people who've just got drones really, so they don't crash it, they don't lose it, and they just learn from other people's kind of, or mistakes I've certainly made, to hopefully get a more enjoyable experience out of using the drone, a more enjoyable experience from some of the cinematography or the photographs they're taking, but more importantly, primarily it's safety, to make sure that they are safe and to make sure that the environment they're operating in, the people that they're working, or any people in the area, are safe as well. So today, Scott, turn the camera on yourself, Scott.
Hello.
Hello. Has just bought himself a Mavic Pro, which is an awesome bit of kit. I've never actually seen one of these before. I've got the Mavic Air, I've got the Phantom, never actually seen one of these before. This baby hasn't flown yet and it's going to be taking its maiden voyage today. But Scott's never flown a drone either, so I'm going to help talk him through the basic setting up processes, what we need to look at, and then getting it into the air, going through the basic kind of motions that you should do every time you fly your drone. And then we're going to be keeping it generally low level. It's quite blustery today, which in a sense is going to serve a really good purpose, because a lot of people will lose drones by flying them way too far downwind, the battery gets low and the drone physically hasn't got the power left or resources left to fly the drone back. So we'll be talking about that with Scott today. Yeah, really cool bit of kit. Let's get it in the air. Okay, so once we've ready to fly, we've checked that the aircraft is in a flying state. We've made sure that the propellers are tightened and that the airframe is in good condition, and we've checked that the area around us is safe to fly. We've made sure that the controller is connected to the aircraft, and we've also made sure that it has established a return to home point. Initially we're going to raise the aircraft into the air to about 4 foot, and then we're going to check the axis of flight. So we're going to check that the inputs are correct. So when we push left on the stick, it goes left. When we push right, it goes right. Forwards is forwards, backwards is backwards, and it yaws left and right. We should always do this with the aircraft pointing away for orientation. Once we're content that all the axes are correct, we can fly the aircraft away in a smooth manner, just to, again, final check, just to check that everything is working as it should do. Okay, so arguably one of the most important features of this is the return to home. So if you just fly the aircraft out over towards the green shed, the sheds over there, and just stop it there. Yeah, just stop it there. And what we'll do now is we're going to do a return to home. So with this button here, you're going to press it and then press it again and hold.
This one?
Yeah.
So press once and then...
Yeah. And that go. So now it's telling you the aircraft's coming home. So
don't do anything.
Don't do anything, just leave it and it's going to land back on the landing pad. And that's always your default, kind of your default mode of going, I really don't know where it is, I'm in trouble, something's not right. Hit that button and it'll come home. So it's going to stop there and it's going to come down, so just completely leave it, don't touch it. We're going to try. Obviously a lot of people ask what will happen if the controller battery dies. Scott's just asked a very similar question. It's certainly on these DJI products, it's nothing really to be too concerned about, because it will automatically revert to the go home function. And to help build Scott's confidence in his new drone, we're just going to try that now. So Scott, if you want to take it off and fly it about 50 metres out across the field. Pro already. Okay, so if you just stop it there, turn the controller off now to simulate the battery dying. So the controller's now shut down. So we don't think we can see that all the way out there. But you can see the aircraft now is trying to work out what's gone wrong. It's trying to work out that the controller's gone, so it's now raising to its return to home height. Scott's looking relatively nervous at this point, but I've guaranteed him it is going to work.
Hope so.
So it's raising now into the sky. It'll raise to return to height, pre-height set, which is 30 metres we've set for today, and it's heading back to us, which is positive. So this exercise really helps build the confidence. It was a real confidence boost for myself when I did it for the first time, and to any new kind of drone pilot, it's a real confidence boost to them to ensure that they're not going to lose their expensive investment. As you can hear, she's coming home, and that is all done as part of an exercise to build confidence that the drone's not going to fly away. Okay, so the return to home function worked successfully. The turning off the RC unit worked successfully. So Scott's kind of mildly delighted about that, yeah?
I am, yeah.
Excellent, good stuff. What we're going to do now, it's quite a windy day, which is good in a sense, because as I said before, a lot of people will lose their drones by flying them too far downwind and they've not got enough power to come back. So what I'm going to demonstrate to Scott now, or Scott's going to demonstrate, is actually how quickly it goes downwind, and adversely how slow it comes back into wind, why we've got plenty of power, why we've got the ability to kind of to do this and not get ourselves into bother. So take it away, Scott. If you take it up to about 30, just take it away from us and take it out to there. And then obviously, because we're sheltered by the building, if you now take it up to about 100 feet, you'll notice how much tilt the aircraft's got to have. The tilt the aircraft's got to have to sustain its position. So you can see it's starting to tilt already. Take it a bit higher. So you can see from this clip here how the aircraft's really having to work hard to maintain its GPS position. If it flies downwind, it's going to move really quickly, which means that when you turn it back into wind to fly back to you, the aircraft's going to have to try really hard and lose a lot of power to get back to you, and it'll be moving much slower. So another really important technique is worth knowing is disorientation. So if you lose track of where the aircraft is in the sky, your ability to be able to pick it up and actually fly it in the right direction. So if you just fly it out against the clouds, and then that's it, just stop it there, and just kind of look away or close your eyes and get it to yaw. And then after about 5 seconds or so, just stop yawing it and then look back at the aircraft. And now, if to try and regain orientation of it, to understand where it is in the sky, if you just press the forward stick, it's either going to move away from you back to your left or right, and depending on the movement it moves. So
Don't move forward to us then.
So that means the aircraft's pointing at us now. So obviously, you're now comfortable with its orientation. Now put it into a position where you're comfortable to carry on flying or doing whatever you're doing, and that can happen obviously if you look down at your phone for anything or get distracted. You might lose orientation, so another good tip just to get it back. So we've spent the last hour now. It's pretty chilly, but Scott's done really well actually. He's picked it really fast, but I think the main thing to take away from this is that above everything else, we've inspired the confidence in him and the confidence in the drone that should anything go wrong, it'll come back to him. We've talked about the wind, we've talked about flying it too far downwind and not being able to get it back, and we've talked about some really basic kind of flying techniques. And what Scott's going to do now is he's just going to generally build up that confidence by keeping it, you know, on a nice open space, away from houses, away from people, and just get used to flying it in all kind of axes really, and making sure that he can fly it away from him, back to him, left and right, when all the controls are reversed. That's his aim, is what he's hoping to do, and just build it. But it's not difficult, it certainly isn't difficult, it just takes practice, and this way you're really minimising the chance of the drone getting damaged, or more importantly someone getting injured. So yeah, fingers crossed, he loves it and he can start really working on that the skills to get some great cinematography and pictures. Scott's a diver, he makes films underwater, but he's adding a whole new dimension to his armoury now, so yeah, he's looking good.